As I've demonstrated, under predonomics, the predatory conservative elite don't care if you don't get any medical care at all. And the predatory liberal elite only want to set up a medical system facade to create the illusion of a system providing for the medical needs of its citizens. Liberals hypocritically attack government programs like the EPA and banking industry oversights for failing to do what they were created to do. So why do the liberals continue to push for more and more powerful yet dysfunctional government programs like nationalized Medicare? Right now, millions of Americans suffer due to Medicare's failure to provide proper or any medical care at all. I'm afraid to seek any medical care. I'm afraid I'll just be defrauded and abused again. I don't see anybody trying to stop it. Practitioner fraud and abuse, the reduction and denial of medical care are all rampant under Medicare. And this is what the predatory liberals want: Medicare-style nationalized medicine. Equalism has a better way, a way that'll actually work while maintaining, not violating, human rights. No one has the right to deny anyone else the necessities of a good life, unless that person themselves denied someone else the necessities of a good life. In other words, you don't earn the right to live. Being born gives you that right. You don't earn the right to be free, but you earn having your freedom restricted when you deny someone else's right to live and be free. Equalism respects the individual right to be independent and to make their own decisions about their own lives. With equalism, each individual is in charge of their own medical care, parents and guardians being in charge of the medical care of their children and the mentally incompetent. This is how equalism works concerning all human rights. The individual makes their own decisions about their own lives. Since 90% of all doctor visits are actually unnecessary, and doctors even agree with this, then be your own doctor. You have the right to provide your own medical care and order your own tests. Doctors can't provide you with anything you aren't able to provide for yourself. All you need is to be given access to the information you need to determine your own course of treatment. You don't have to be an expert on the entire human body if you have nasal problems or problems with your feet. Basic medical knowledge will be taught in primary schools, beginning with teaching preventive guidelines to children in elementary schools and continuing teaching basic medical knowledge to people over the age of 12. Access to medical information will be given to everyone. But it's impractical, if not impossible, for people to provide all of their own medical care. For instance, no one can perform their own surgeries, but anyone interested will be given the training to perform surgery, and some exams, like prostate and gynecological exams, can't be self-administered. But you can go to someone you already know and trust to conduct these exams. No longer will you have your privacy and bodies invaded by strangers. Strangers whose only motives are dominance, privilege and profit. And we'll still need technical experts to run the machinery needed for many tests. And again, anyone interested will be taught the expertise needed to operate these machines. And there will be guidelines set up, and sadly, a few restrictions. Medical panels of citizens will be put in place to determine the valid need for the most intrusive, dangerous, and experimental procedures. Things like cosmetic surgery will be discouraged, but of course, reconstructive surgery won't be. Plastic surgery was created for reconstruction, not beautification, vanity, or to satisfy or exploit the delusions of the mentally ill. A panel of 11 of your neighbors will be established on a rotating basis to help determine the validity of these procedures. The majority of the panel decides. It's unfortunate this is necessary, but things like cosmetic surgery are addictive and destructive. So in these cases, we'll have to put our trust in the wisdom of our communities. With equalism, medical abuse and malpractice suits will become a thing of the past. The individual will be responsible for their own mistakes. They'll no longer be able to blame others for harming them due to apathy, negligence, or incompetence. There's an old saying in the lawyer industry: anyone who represents himself has a fool for a client. The doctor industry propagates the same false principle. And do you know who created the saying? Lawyers and doctors, the elitist professional classes. It's called marketing. It creates an illusion, a manipulated mindset in the common of elitist superiority and voluntary dependence. People in these social positions are here to serve us, not to restrict us or tell us what to do. They aren't our bosses. We come to them for advice, not commands. Under Predonomics, the elites say we're all too stupid to know about the law or medicine. So we must rely on the expertise of the elite, if we can afford it. If you can't afford the hyperinflated extortion demanded by our professional monopolies, the elite will set up a government program for you, but it won't guarantee service. They'll still deny you at their will, but they'll now get paid for their refusals to do their jobs. That's the only thing government programs provide: guaranteed profits for the professional elite. Today, under Predonomics, it's not illegal for the medical industry to deny medical care, but it's illegal for you to provide your own medical care after their denials. Doctors and other so-called professionals aren't miracle workers, and they don't have superpowers. Do you see this deformity? Doctors did this to me when I just turned 18, and I've been living with this deformity my entire adult life. Also, I once woke up during surgery, and I suffered many other horrific experiences due to physician incompetence and abuse. So don't give me any nonsense about how wonderful and superior doctors are. These self-proclaimed superiors are normal, flawed people, just like anyone else. They have no greater inclination for ethics, honesty, wisdom, compassion, or dedication to purpose than anyone else. And when mixed with a greater profit motive than most others, Equalism argues that, like all the elite, they have less inclination for these virtues than most others. If doctors aren't going to provide medical care, what good are they? What function do they serve? We don't need them. The American Medical Association is an industry monopoly. This medical industry denies you your right to be in charge of your own medical care. What we need as a species is our human rights protected, not more government programs or elitist control over our lives. You see, with equalism, your education and self-betterment never end. Instead of discouragement, it will encourage all citizens to pursue all the knowledge they wish. We want a well-rounded, well-informed humanity, not a less educated, less informed humanity. You can learn to be your own doctor, your own lawyer, plumber, carpenter, electrician. You'll be taught how to be independent, how to be your own boss, and how to make your own decisions. And you'll be responsible for your own mistakes. No longer will anyone be held back or harmed because of the arrogance, apathy, negligence, incompetence, or stupidity of others. I, for one, am damn tired of being dependent on people who don't give a damn about me, who don't even know me. Only equalism creates a society where you are no longer dependent on others. You can function in and contribute to society without being pushed, pulled, harassed, manipulated, lied to, lied about, and enslaved, not only from corporations and politicians, but from anyone. After viewing this video, if you connect with the idea that non-predators on the left and the right should unite against the predators on both sides, please go back and watch this series from the beginning. Start with the introduction, Equalism 101, and move forward in order at your convenience. In the next video in this Equalism series, called Equalism 110, the corrupt selective enforcement of the law will be discussed. Please share this series with as many equalists as you can. Thanks.